My name is Abdalaziz Alhamza. I'm Syrian from Raqqa, and I'm 25 years old. Growing up in Syria, the weather news talked about 13 cities, but they never ever mentioned my city, Raqqa, as you see in the photo. I will tell you a bit about myself. In 2011, I was 20 years old. I was like a college student like you, and I had no political background or views. All what I was thinking about how to steal money from my family to hang out with my friends, how to play soccer. But all that things changed later. In March 2011, the Syrian revolution started against the Syrian regime, a regime who committed and still committing crimes and violations against the Syrian people last 47 years. I decided to join the revolution, to join the demonstrations, and I got arrested and tortured 3 times. After my first demonstration, I went back home and I turned on the TV to check the news. And I turned to the national channel in Syria, and they were talking what will happen to the world if the sun will disappear. Later on, the next demonstration, I went there, I took my phone, and I started to film the demonstrations. And I started to upload them online. And I went back again home, and I opened the news, and I saw the videos which I recorded on the TV. So all that things because the Syrian regime prevented most of the media organization to enter the city or the country and cover what's going on. So it was our mission as a youth to film and report, to tell the world what's going on. In that time, I saw the power and the breadth of the citizen journalism. In March 2013, Raqqa was finally liberated from Assad's rules by the Free Syrian Army. And the photos saying tomorrow is gonna be more beautiful. But later on, we faced a problem: how to run a city without government. But in less than 1 month, we had more than 45 civil society organizations. It was from youth people. We went directly to the street. We started to clean the city, to clean the street. Later on, we established local and provincial council to run the services in the city. And the next step was to go to the university and the school to prepare them, and we had education again. This photo from my university in Raqqa with the Syrian Revolution flag. So the life started to be normal in the city. And that was like a honeymoon. The demonstration completed to take place in Raqqa city everywhere. But all that thing changed. In the mid of April 2013, ISIS first arrived to the city, and everything started to change. And here, don't be shocked. This life under ISIS, it was the first public execution in my city. I watched that one. I was there. But we were shocked like you. But we did something. So we went to the street directly. We started to demonstrate against ISIS. We were saying at this demonstration, Raqqa is free, and ISIS should go out. The demonstration took place all over Raqqa city, and they were asking the Free Syrian Army to defeat ISIS. In January 2014, the clashes started between ISIS and the Free Syrian Army. Unfortunately, ISIS was able to control my city. I was forced to leave. ISIS came to my house looking for me because I was covering the last clashes between ISIS and the Free Syrian Army. I was lucky not to be home. I decided to leave to Turkey. When I got to Turkey, I got the news that ISIS started to do many violations against Raqqa people. They started to do public execution. They started to change every single thing in the city. Here, we decided not to be silent. We were forced to act. We founded Raqqa is being slaughtered silently, RBSS. As an organization works in two teams. The first team operating inside Raqqa to report news, and the second team is outside to publish the news online. Our youngest member is 18, and the oldest one is 27, I think in your age. Our mission is to show the reality of life under ISIS. Here in this photo, you will find on the right, people are waiting in lines to get food, and on the left, ISIS fighters are eating like in a fancy restaurant. So we started to face their propaganda, to counter their propaganda. Also, we were able to get to sensitive and dangerous places. This video from an ISIS camp to train children. So they started to recruit children, to use them in their fights, to carry weapons, to carry medicine, and in the bad situation to send them to bomb themselves to let the leaders escape. So we were able to get there to show the reality. And before our work, if you Googled anything about Raqqa or ISIS, you would find only ISIS propaganda. Right now, if you will Google Raqqa or ISIS, you will find us first on Google. And our cover was not only like about ISIS. We were covering all the forces who were doing or committing human rights violation against the civilians, like the Russian warplanes, the Syrian regime warplanes, and the international coalition warplanes. So it was not enough to do only the media work. So our team inside, they went to the street and we started our awareness campaign to spray in the walls, down with ISIS, down with the Syrian regime. Then we started to spread posters all over the city to aware the civilians about the risk of ISIS. We knew it's like not enough because ISIS was able to recruit many people. They were able to be in touch with the civilians all the time. So we decided to make something more to reach the civilians. So we came up with an idea to make a magazine. Our magazine has the same cover of ISIS magazine to reach out the biggest number of audience. So it will be so comfortable and easy to the civilians and even ISIS fighter to pick it up and read our magazine. Through our magazine, we were able to do some caricatures, as you see, for the children and to send messages out to their parents, not to let them go alone to the street. Otherwise, ISIS will find them and they will recruit them. So through the magazine, we were able to reach out the biggest number of civilians. And I met one of my friends who left to Turkey, and I asked him about the magazine. He told me, in the beginning, I thought ISIS started to be secular and somehow. All that thing was not an easy work to do. It cost us a lot. I will tell you a bit about my colleague. His name, Abdalaziz Ibrahim. He's 20 years old. He was dreaming of a free country, democratic country. ISIS arrested him in a checkpoint, and later on they executed him in a public square after 3 weeks. We decided that we will not stop in honor of his life. So we decided to complete our work. For me, personally, I didn't think one day that I will be in a show on the local TV But because of our work, we were able to reach out to international media, international festivals, and international governments, and we were able to make a brochure on them to make a change. All that things made ISIS mad of us, and they spread security cameras all over the city, and they tweeted that will be useful to catch the like of Raqqas being slaughtered silently, idiots. But that's what our guys did. They went to the street and they took a photo for the security cameras and we put it online. That thing made them angry and they couldn't find any one of us inside, so they arrested the father of my colleagues and 4 of his friends and they executed them in 2 official videos. They thought by that thing they will be able to stop us, but they couldn't. We decided that we will complete. They had a longer arms and they beheaded and assassinated my colleagues. Brahim, he was 20 years old, and to the right his friends, 18 years old, in their house. And it was not enough there. They executed Ahmed also in Syria, in Idlib, a city under the Free Syrian Army control. And he's like the brother of my colleagues who lost his father. And I will tell you a bit about our godfather, our trainer, the one who used to go to him after every accident, every problem to support us. His name Naji Jorov. He's 38 years old. ISIS tried to assassinate him in Turkey by putting a bomb sticker on his car, but he survived. He got asylum to France, and before his flight in one night, ISIS assassinated him in Gaziantep in Turkey in the mid of the day. Because of those who gave their life, we decided that we will complete. And we knew that we affected ISIS more than anyone. So I will explain more about our work. We are working in 2 teams. Our first team inside there are taking photos, videos. They are doing the awareness campaign, and they send all the materials to the second team outside by encrypted way. And the second team, they publish it online on the social media, on our website. They do interviews, they do conference and lectures. Today, I speak on behalf of millions of Syrians who are dreaming of democratic and free country. We are caught between Assad, who's slaughtering us by hundreds of thousands, and ISIS, an evil group an evil group that is trying to paint our nation black. When we started first, and going back to Aziz before the revolution, I didn't think that I will get like more than a bin as a gift from my girlfriend. Later on, because of our work, because with what we achieved, we were able to get many international awards. We got International Press Freedom Award. We were selected from 100 people who changed the world in 2015. What I want to say here, that you're still youth, and don't say that you're not able to do something, and you are like young enough to do something. You are able to do many things. So when I was 20 years old, I didn't think more than what I told you. And right now, look where I am. You can do many things. If you want to change something, come together, work together, and you will be able to change a lot of things. If you want to know more about our work, we recently have done a documentary called City of Ghosts. It was screened in Sundance. And finally, Raqqa is being slaughtered silently, but Raqqa will be free one day. Thank you.